I've got a quick screencast here to attempt to show you what at least part of a completed organizer should look like for your 1920s paper. I've got a spot for the thesis on top, and this is the thesis that I copied over from the thesis writing worksheet. And I've got my first main point copied over from that worksheet, again with some parallel language, some ideas that cross between the two. If you want cohesion in your writing, you've got to intentionally do that with your language. Each body paragraph, right, should contain that main point or topic sentence. It should have thought sentences, which help to ease the transition between ideas and set up evidence, and links or explanations. And I'll show you some of the things I have here for my first body paragraph. So my first thought sentence is right here for my main point one. New immigrants at that time were coming from parts of Europe that citizens were uncomfortable with and embraced belief systems that were frightening. This is a statement about how the immigration of this time period was new. The immigrants weren't coming from Western and Northern Europe, they were coming from Southern and Eastern Europe, and that challenged some American citizens at the time. I've got my evidence put in here with a lead in phrase. Then you can see where I start the quote. And I've also got the citation, which you'll need, and that's the author's last name, Waxman. As I move down here, you see I've got the explanation for that evidence. And again, I'm going to try to connect it back to the main point. I've got my second thought sentence, right, to set up my next idea. And then I've got my next piece of evidence, again, with my citation. In this case, it's the article title instead of the author. And then, of course, I have my link. This one looks a little bit short, but you always want to try to explain your evidence. Now, note, you're going to need a third thought sentence and a third piece of evidence with a source and a link, even though I've only shown you two here. And then I've got the concluding statement, which is an attempt to sum up the main ideas of that particular body paragraph. And in this case, my concluding statement says this change in the law was certainly created to target certain ethnic groups, referring to the quota system against Italian immigrants, but was also designed to stop the spread of beliefs that we would call anarchist today. My next paragraph is going to be about anarchist belief in Europe at the time and how it scared and why it scared American citizens. So I'm seeking to transition to that next idea. Again, this is just to show you the structure of things. My hope is that you're using the answers from your research questions both to develop your thesis, your main points, and then to use as evidence throughout your essay. That's the goal of doing the type of research that we're doing. If you have any questions, feel free to see me and ask. Thanks.